Okay, let's dive right in. Forget the horsepower, forget the giant touchscreens for just a second. We're going to look at the one tiny detail that tells you pretty much everything you need to know about a car's real quality: the hidden cup holder in the back. Yeah, I know, it sounds crazy, right? But trust me, by the end of this, you'll see how this little pop-out gadget can totally expose cheap engineering and save you from getting ripped off. This is the ultimate litmus test. You know that feeling? You hit a bump you didn't see coming and boom, your kid's juice or your morning coffee goes everywhere. All of a sudden, that nice, clean interior is just a sticky, syrupy disaster. It gets in every crack, the source material puts it perfectly, your car becomes a sticky mouse board. It's an absolute nightmare, and it's a scenario that a truly well-built car is designed to prevent, all starting with this one little part. Now, this little device isn't just about convenience, it's a battleground. Seriously, right here in the tiny bit of space in the rear armrest, engineers are fighting a war. A war between giving you some usable space, keeping you safe in a crash, and delivering that premium, satisfying feeling when you use it. When they get it right, it's a tiny engineering miracle. So what's a hidden cup holder really for? It's not just a hole to stick a cup in. Let's be honest, its real job is to manage risk and create a feeling of luxury. It's got to hold your drink steady, protect you if things go bad, and then, poof, vanish, leaving behind a clean, high-end look. It's a mechanical problem solver, plain and simple. So how do you tell a good one from a piece of junk? Well, every single hidden cup holder out there has to solve three major challenges. These are the secrets, and once you know what to look for, you'll be able to spot the difference between a car that's built to last and one that just looks good on the showroom floor.
All right, secret number one is all about space, or more accurately, the total lack of it. The average rear armrest is only about 120 to 180 millimeters wide. That's barely the length of a smartphone. And into that tiny sliver of real estate, they have to cram this entire pop-out mechanism. Every single millimeter is absolutely critical.
In this game, every inch is gold. That's why these hidden mechanisms are kind of like space magic. They have to fold and slide and rotate in on themselves to just appear out of nowhere and then disappear just as cleanly, leaving you with a solid armrest. It's a pretty brilliant solution to a really tough problem.
Okay, secret number two. This is the one that really matters: safety. And I'm not exaggerating here. A poorly made cup holder isn't just flimsy, it can literally become a hidden bomb during an accident. This is where cutting corners can have some serious consequences.
So here's the breakdown. In a hard stop, a full can of soda becomes a missile. But the real danger is in a side impact. The rigid edge of an open cup holder can slam right into a passenger's side and cause brutal injuries. I'm talking fractured ribs. This is a known issue that pops up in the Euro NCAP side pole impact test at just 32 kilometers per hour. So, the pro solution, what you find in good cars, is something called an inertia lock. It's a smart little mechanism that knows the difference between your finger pushing a button and the violent force of a crash, making sure it stays locked shut when you need it most. And now for secret number three. This is the big one, the one you can actually test for yourself right there in the dealership. It's all about the speed. There is a golden window for how long a premium cup holder should take to open, somewhere between 1.5 and 2.5 seconds. Any faster, and it feels cheap and aggressive like a switchblade. Any slower, and you're going to think it's broken. And this right here is the dividing line. That smooth, silent 2-second glide is what separates a budget car from a premium one. It's not magic. It's a tiny, brilliant part called a rotary damper that's filled with this special thick oil. This one part creates that feeling of deliberate, expensive engineering. When you see it in a car like the Ideal L9, you're not just looking at a cup holder, you're seeing a real commitment to quality.
So what does that premium feeling actually cost the car company? You might think it's just a few bucks for some plastic, but the real cost is in the precision engineering that makes it feel so good. So let's break down where the money actually goes. Okay, let's look at the parts list for a standard push-push model. The plastic bits? Maybe $5. The spring and the lock? Another $2. But look at the damper. That's the magic part that controls the speed. It can cost up to $8 all by itself. It's often the single most expensive piece in the whole assembly. Add it all up, and the factory cost is somewhere between $16 and $25 for this one part you barely ever think about.
And if you think that's a lot, the fully electric ones you find in high-end luxury cars can cost 5 times as much. Why? Because now you're adding tiny electric motors, sensors to know where it is, control modules, and all the wiring, plus those things have to pass insane durability tests. We're talking 100,000 open and closed cycles without failing.
All right, now you know the tech.
So let's get to the fun part, the scam prevention guide. Here's how to use this knowledge at the dealership so you don't get fooled by some slick sales pitch or even your own assumptions. Myth number 1. You push a cup in and the cup holder grabs it in a death grip. You're thinking, wow, this is strong, this must be good quality. But isn't that really what you want? No way. The truth is, a death grip is a sign of a bad design. It means those little plastic claws are way more likely to snap, and it probably won't fit different sized cups very well. A good design uses something called graded clamping. It applies just a little bit of force, about 2 to 5 newtons, and uses soft rubber pads to create gentle friction. The goal isn't to crush the cup, it's to adapt to it. Okay, myth number 2. Just because a car has a fancy hidden cup holder, that must mean it's a high-quality car overall, right? I mean, the complexity must mean it's better. Not so fast. More moving parts can just mean more things to break. The reality is, 80% of these hidden designs are purely mechanical, no fancy electronics. So the execution is everything. A simple, well-made mechanism that feels solid is 1,000 times better than some complex one that feels flimsy or makes a bunch of noise. The real test is the feel. It should be smooth, silent, and solid. And the final myth. For anyone who's ever had their cup holder get stuck, you push the button and nothing. It's jammed. So it's time for an expensive trip to the service center to get the whole thing replaced, right? Hold on. Here is a pro tip that could save you $100. 9 times out of 10, it is not a mechanical failure. It's just dried up sugar from a spilled drink acting like superglue on the moving parts. Engineers literally have nightmares about this. They call it the Coke test. So before you make that call, just take a warm, damp cloth and carefully wipe down the rails and the mechanism. I bet you'll fix it yourself in 30 seconds. So we've gone through a lot of technical stuff. If you're standing in a dealership and your mind goes blank, what's the one thing you absolutely need to remember? Let's boil it all down. If you remember just 3 things, make it these. Number 1, slow is expensive. That graceful 2-second opening is your number 1 sign of quality. 2, look for flex, not force. A good cup holder is adaptable, not aggressive. And 3, the best design disappears. It should blend in so perfectly you forget it even exists until the moment you need it. And if you want a simple mantra to take with you to the dealership, here it is. Say it with me. Eject slowly, lock securely. Won't fly out on the brakes, won't pop out in a crash. That single sentence is the definition of a perfectly engineered cup holder. So, next time you're sitting in a new car, before you even pair your phone, I want you to reach for that rear armrest, push the button, and just watch. Because now, you're not just looking at a cup holder, you're looking for the secrets. You know exactly what to look for. So what's the first thing you're going to check?